Tuxie, let's go, bud. Come on. Come on. It's 49 out here this morning. You notice it when you come out the door. I've definitely got my jacket on again. There you go. Marty will probably come visit you in a minute. Hi. You always look so tired in the morning. Do you represent how I feel? Here comes Ruby. I'm so excited. Ruby's gonna need a bath. Probably not right before we get 4 inches of rain though, over the weekend. You can see she's a little dusty from sitting up at Tesla though. Did you order my plant?
Yeah, but look. Empty-handed.
Oh no!
Paper. Oh my God.
Well, at least it's not Sunday.
It's not Sunday.
Well, it's getting darker and darker as we get ready to leave in the morning. JB did call yesterday and gave us an update. He was working really hard the whole day yesterday to secure things in the yard. And hopefully all of that work will not be needed. Or will do what it's supposed to do. You be good boy, Stripey. Mama be home in a bit. Oh, my door opened. Good morning, Ruby. Well, to be clear, I won't be using the Beta all the way into town this morning, but I'm sure me and Ruby, even at 6:45 in the morning, can handle Judd Parkway. Yeah, we're a little late leaving this morning. 7:31 is our ETA, so I can't afford to dilly-dally today. Well, it was a smooth ride coming into town, and we picked up a minute or two back on our arrival, so that's a lot better than losing another minute or two. Ruby tried to turn signal out of the right lane going through the turnpike construction, and took over. I was like, no, first off, it's thick lanes through here, and there's no reason to try to change in the middle of that, you know, construction turn there. I don't know why she thought she should do that. Both Jules and Ruby are not really getting through that construction area without intervention. With the cameras and vision, I'm not sure. It's very clearly marked. I don't know. I mean, I guess trying to change lanes is not necessarily a takeover situation, but where there's really no room to go and no reason to change, it seems wrong. And I guess a little while later, she was doing pretty good in that area past there, north of there, where there's a lot of cones, and it's reasonably marked well, but she tends to have just a little problem through there too. But all in all, it was a pretty smooth ride all the way up to the 401/70 split in Garner on the Beta, and yeah, going good. It'll be a while before I try it over here. There's a black S following a black 3 over there. There was a white 3 on the loop a minute ago too, so that makes 4 Teslas on the loop here at St. Augustine's this morning at one time, including Ruby. Well, I guess now that the weather is turning, lots of people are wanting to stop in and play tennis in the morning, so I won't be here for just a minute. But pretty much the whole time I've been coming downtown for school, there's been a Volt charging over here behind the fence, and I noticed yesterday that it is now a white Model 3. Not necessarily the same person, but seems likely. We're out for our walk now, and I just got an update on my phone from Greg Fischel, who we Patreon subscribe to, and that darn hurricane is a terrifying Category 5, and it's close to hitting near Charlotte Harbor, which I guess is a little south of Tampa. which is not good for the people that live there, but is a little saving grace for JB that it's not coming in north of Tampa. You know, the southeast quadrant is the most dangerous quadrant of the storm, and yeah, that's really scary. They said it was going to lose some of its intensity before landfall, and it appears they were incorrect on that original assertion. So hopefully those that were asked to evacuate did what they were supposed to. I know on the Facebook groups yesterday, and I don't know if this is still true or not, but there were a lot of people, I'm going to loosely use the word complaining, wondering why would be a better choice. Tesla had not made supercharging in Florida free. They had sent out to the cars a notification that you should charge to 100%, and remember to use the in-car guidance on supercharger station availability and capacity to help you plan your route. I don't know if they ever decided to go make them free or not. I guess people got really used to that. I mean, it just charges your credit card, so I'm not sure. I don't think them making it free or not has any impact on people's ability to actually evacuate. Right. But certainly the people that are having their lives turned upside down could use all of the help they can get. Let me be clear, if I had to evacuate, I would hope for free too. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it was a discussion point last night. That's what I wanted to say. It was a discussion point.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
So right now in the U.S. it's just Teslas, but in the very near future it's going to be non-Teslas charging there. And so what's going to happen during this thing, and they announce it free, everybody's just going to go to Tesla. Be a Tesla or somebody else's electric vehicle. So I guess from my point of view, it isn't that should change the perk, but by charging, at least the people might consider charging at home. I mean, really what you ought to be doing right now is charging at home.
Right, and
but
I guess
if you made it free, everybody would just leave home and go to the lowest and fill up the supercharger. I'm just saying is that you actually ought to raise the prices during an emergency to make sure people just do what's necessary and not what is advantageous for them.
Right, I see your point. You could actually make it harder for people to evacuate, right, because those people that don't live in the area that are vacationing down there that need to charge to get out of the state and get home might not have access to the supercharger because they're waiting in line behind people that didn't need to charge there in the first place, but were charging because it was free. Well, let's hope that Tesla people don't solely make their decisions on where they can charge for free, right? I mean, granted, I don't worry over an extra 5 or 10 minutes at the supercharger right now because we are currently not paying on either car. I mean, soon we'll be paying on Jules, and I suspect you'll see Don and I change our...
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Don's not going to say, no, we can't go check out the new supercharger, and no, I won't plug in because I have to pay a few bucks to charge there. He's not going to do that, but we're not going to charge to 100% for no reason.
No, that's right. Well, time is money too, and just, I have, when we were up at the Tesla meetup like a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I actually went over and charged up because it was convenient and I have free supercharging. So you could say I didn't need to charge, so I literally, took advantage of Tesla in that scenario. But most of the time, I'm not really particularly interested in doing that. I'd rather just get home.
Right, well, like coming in the other night from Hickory, I could have stopped in Siler City and topped up to 80 or 90% before I came to the house, but I showed up at the house with, I don't know, it was like 38%, 30%, something like that, and then I just plugged in and charged at home. I didn't go back to the supercharger to try to top off at the end of my trip because I was going right past it.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, but I guess it's not always what it seems, you know.
Yeah.
There will be some news article, Tesla doesn't give free supercharging during Hurricane Ian, and probably will say something to the
Negative,
yeah, something negative about how that hurt the evacuation and stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to agree with that. But, you know, people get used to free, and I certainly understand the question of, hey, are they free? I'm getting ready to evacuate. I'd like to know. And we certainly don't want anybody sitting at home longer when they've been asked to leave, waiting on the car to finish charging. I mean, it's complicated. Nothing is ever straightforward as the media clickbait headline will make it out to be. Don's checking in with JB. I've been picking up trash. Somebody that likes Jolly Rogers has been eating them every day at the park and throwing every wrapper just wherever they eat the next candy down on the ground. Sometimes Don and I really don't like people. JB's not sounding too worried because it's staying farther south and turning further to the east. But the wind field will spread as it hits land, so there gets some gusts. Hopefully not big ones. Now I'm affectionately saying this, but your entourage of lady friends is not here today. Miss Rose, she's 85 and she's a pure blessing to talk with on the track in the morning. And then there are some other ladies that walk with her sometimes. But one of them went to water aerobics therapy this morning, and one had appointments, and somebody else said something else. And then I think yesterday we agreed we might not see some of them until Monday if there was a good bit of rain. But I don't know that we're going to get enough rain to keep us from walking tomorrow morning or even Friday morning. I think it's a Friday night into Saturday thing for us. Subject to change if it goes too far south and too far east. Then it'll probably just rain at the shore. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Don knows he doesn't get off walking just because of a little rain. I did say if it was quite gusty here, the 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, we might walk over at Fleming Loop where trees are not as much of a concern as on the trail. But we'll play it by ear. Well, considering we walked yesterday, picked up trash, and they mowed yesterday, there was just a ton of trash today.
Yeah, it could be the wind blew it up, but it's hard to say. There was a lot of trash.
And lots of little candy wrappers. Jolly Rogers. Some kids at the bleachers over there, they had a bunch of those. What are they called? Ding-dongs? Those little tiny lollipops. And there were like 8 sticks and wrappers just below the bleachers. I'm like, really? Was the parent not with them? Did they? I just don't understand. I told Don, though, I won't give up on taking pride in our town and picking things up. And hopefully, you know, you never know, it might make a positive difference with somebody. You never know. There's a towel over here I was going to grab. Yeah, poor Johnny, when he was younger and pre-COVID, we'd be out someplace and I'm like, well, we have to leave it better than we found it. You take our cart back in here, take this other person's cart back too in the Walmart parking lot. And he would dutifully take both carts back, poor kid. I tried to show him the right way. So you see how this is flat here and this is round here? It called for flat. Now, I wouldn't care if they were all one way or the other, but they're not. So I'm going to fix these 2 levels, which does require taking a good bit off, but it won't be hard to do. And that's about all I've got time for because I'm going to pick up Sam. I got to leave in about 15 minutes, and we're going to pick him up, pick Johnny up, come back here, go do some stuff, take Sam home, you know, like an afternoon outing. So, but I'm going to fix this. Well, I'm headed to get Sam and then Johnny. Looks like Morris and Marty are hanging out on the bench. Sweet. Autopilot safety convenience features unavailable. Camera alignment required. Oh, geez. They're paving over here today. Well, Anything that would allow them to say that some of these turn lanes are done and they can get the cones out of the way would be nice, but I suspect they'll leave the cones anyway. So Ruby just lost autopilot. I went to engage it without thinking much of it because I was on wide open road, plenty of space in front of me, that kind of stuff. And when I clicked the autopilot stalk twice, she errored out. And I've got Sam and I've got Johnny, and we've been chatting up a storm, and we're heading back into Fuquay. Autopilot didn't miraculously come back for me, and I haven't heard anything back from Tesla yet. I'm probably going to end up having to submit another service ticket, but I'm giving them a chance to respond to the text update in the old ticket. Well, this coffee was pretty good. I wonder if I got it at Whole Foods. I wonder if it's local. Hillsboro, NC. Okay. It was good. It has hints of caramel, chocolate, and clove, and it said it's creamy. I fixed all of us, me, Sam, Johnny, iced coffee drink, and then Dawn's got a cup too. It smells so good in here, and the kitties are getting lots of attention. I'm gonna go outside. I have missed my bench this summer while it's been too hot and mosquito-y, but it's pretty nice out here right now, and I've got Stripe, and Sam and Johnny have Tux and Marty. Wow, yeah, I was gonna say Ruby got hung up today, although I will say Jules got hung up a couple of days ago. This screen didn't reboot, just a little screen. That's also kind of odd. Well, anyway, no big deal. Well, what do you know? It's back. I kind of guessed that was going to happen. Whatever's going on is intermittent. Don't that Hibachi and Company look good? It's the hibachi style with added broccoli. So it's got mushrooms and zucchini and onion, of course, in it. Oh, it's from Cat and Jack, and it's perfect, except for it's too small. We're over at Little Angel, the little kids store. Free high fives. Don't you want to? You know you do. Oh, trick or treat. Is that a scary puppy dog? I guess the Halloween in the swamp. They have the best shirts. They do. They just have the best shirts.
It doesn't take a lot to impress her.
So, without being too obvious, because the owner is in the Rivian, he needs to be used to it though, right? Let's see, does it have dealer plates on it? Nope, Weighted, North Carolina. That is the Rivian that was at the Ford dealer, or at least, excuse me, the Chevy dealer. At least it's the same spec as the one that was at the Chevy dealer. So I hope he didn't really pay $125,000 for it. And there's a Model 3. And we're going to Kohl's, one last stop before I take Sam back to the house. Well, that's really cool. It'll show up at Guardian Angel in a couple of years. This is the kitty towel. Yeah, I knew there was at least a kitty towel here. Well, I just dropped Sam off. It's 5:30. Ruby says it's going to take me 40 minutes. I was thinking at least 45 to get back home. That's about 15 extra minutes due to rush hour traffic, and there's like just no better way to get there to shorten that down. So it's telling me the way to go the way I always do, but that light at 10:10, sort of in between the two construction zones, that is probably a 3-cycle delay right now. It's all right. It was worth it. So I have autopilot right now. When I left the house, I had it, and I have it now. You know, since I had that calibration message and I lost it earlier today, honestly, it's too similar to what was happening before. So I don't see how I'm not going to get errors again, but we'll see. I don't think I heard back from Tesla, but I need to look in the app again and see. I was busy, you know, shopping and talking with Sam and stuff, so I'm not exactly sure.